Welcome to our morning Lotus chat for bridging the Kundalini and Reiki connection. Um, Spring happenings chats. I got better angles this morning and better lighting. Who raise your hand if angles and lighting are still quite interesting to figure out when you're doing these things? Doesn't come natural to me, that's for sure. But I figured it out this morning. And I think it's like 10:30, but who else is not a morning person? And we're gonna invite our girl Raquel, our co-founder. I don't know. I'm inviting a lot of people. Let's see here. Okay. I know it's 10:30, but I don't really come alive, and my voice doesn't sound any type of normal until about 12. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this again. Inviting. Here we go. We'll have to take a poll. Who's awake and like functioning? Like, what is your? There's one thing to be awake, and then there's another thing to actually be like able to function. My sweet spot is like 11:30, 12. So, but anyways, we're waiting for our girl. We're going to be talking about the power of the lotus. And why we're jumping on it every morning is because we're going to talk about a different aspect of the lotus and the symbolic kind of meanings of it and the spiritual reference. Okay, Raquel is not able to join, so let's see how else. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Okay, yesterday I had this problem too. If you join the live, let's see. Let's see if she request to join. Let's see if we can get her on here. I had this problem yesterday. Let's see. Just see if this works. Yes, so we're going to jump on it. Try to jump on just about every day for the next like 2 weeks. And we're going to be talking about the power of the lotus and the different aspects of what the lotus represents. And today, I believe our topic is direction. And let's see. Let's see. Just go on the live. Yeah. And what it means to bring awareness to the direction you want to take. Let's see if our girl is coming on. Our co-founder extraordinaire, Raquel, from One Love Healing. Yeah, let's see. If anybody has any questions. Okay. Well, we are just going to hang out and see what happens. Okay, so hello. What else? So so the inspiration for our spring events and happenings was the power of the lotus, and it's really about emerging from your circumstances and trying to shine and transcend them. And so this Thursday, we're starting our 6 weeks weekly series. And that one will be at 6 p.m. on Thursday, every Thursday for the next 6 weeks, starting this Thursday. And this is where we do Kundalini and Reiki. And it's a gentle Kundalini yoga set. And we do some, basically to warm up the spine. So you're really, a lot of times Kundalini can be referred to, hi Raquel, as, let's see if we get it right here again. Sometimes Kundalini is referred to as spinal yoga or yoga for the spine because we do a lot of warm-ups. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Hi!
You made it. Good. I was like, what? Yesterday, I know I had a little bit of trouble like hopping on, but
technology stuff, I guess. And then I was like, I couldn't find my notebook. Like, where did it find out?
Yay!
We're here. We're doing it.
Yes, hopefully I've been keeping people entertained a little bit. Sure, I think I got better angles today. I figured out my lighting today. This is not my forte, but you know, we're winging it. We're bringing it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But yeah, no, continue. I love it.
Oh no, I was just kind of filling everybody in about how a little bit about Kundalini and how Kundalini sometimes referred to as spinal yoga because we really do work a lot with the spine and warming up the spine, and how this Thursday when we do our workshop, the start of it, that is what we use for a gentle Kundalini practice. And then we're going to bring in a lot of meditation with breath work and mantra. And then you do beautiful healing. Sometimes it's group healing. Sometimes it's individual healing. Yeah. So I was just giving everybody a little lowdown. And then I had a poll question of, even once you wake up, who's actually functional? Like, what is your sweet spot for like actually being functioning? Like, mine's about like, like after I'm up, my functionality is around like 11:30, 12. Like my voice actually sounds like me, and I'm able. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause for one quick second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
She's going somewhere. We got a surprise coming. I feel like she's gonna bring in something. Oh, somebody's knocking at the door. There's a surprise going on. Stand by, audience. We don't know what this is gonna do.
My dad is we took out the vacuum, so he's like vacuuming, and it was like downstairs, so I couldn't hear him, and then now I can hear him, and I was like, stop. Okay, so I'm sorry. This is how I get moving in the morning. I've been awake since like 7, and then I was going, I'll go to the gym, and then I'll come home, and then we'll do our live. And I'm not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. But lately, getting into the practice of like bringing awareness of the fact that I have to get up and I have things to do, has helped me a lot with the alarm clock going off at 7:30 in the morning, or sometimes even like 6:30 in the morning, because I sometimes have to help the boys get ready to go. And today I was like, I need to wake up fully, because today's a full day of just preparing, getting things moving forward. Yeah. And it's a beautiful spring day too, so it's extremely encouraging. And then the word today would be, it's direction. And I was like, well, what direction do I want to move towards? Do I want to stay in bed all day and not do anything? Or do I want to align with the energy of springtime and the lotus? And I was like, I think that one. I think it's time to come out of our cocoons. Yeah. And that's why morning time is so difficult sometimes, because you're like, oh my God, why does it feel so good to be in this bed and not move?
Yeah. Yeah. I think when my son was younger, I definitely could rally better. But now that he's older and we can have more, we can like slow mode it in the morning, and then, I'll come alive. What's really interesting about you said too is like that cocooning. So we've all been in, I think I keep saying, even though I know we're just coming out of winter, I feel like we've been coming out of kind of a winter for the last like 2 to 3 years.
Well, yeah.
It's been.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think it's been pretty crazy, and you haven't really been, I know for me personally, it's been hard to figure out what direction. It's been hard to say, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. There was so much happening, and I think it's really easy to get lost in that. And so I think now is a beautiful time where we could like have that past review of saying, okay, I didn't know what to do, or the world kind of went a little wacky. And I had that moment, and the world's going to keep being wacky, but I can pick my direction. I can bring a lot of awareness to it. I have a lot more understanding. I have a lot more reverence. I have a lot more patience, and I can start to incorporate where and how I want to show up and where I'm going to take that direction.
100%. And then, you know, yesterday we talked about the choices that we have. It sometimes can be very discouraging because some of the choices that we have are based on our situation. And a lot of people have been taught and pre-programmed to think that you have to be this, and this in order to make certain decisions in your life. But the truth is, it's just, you have to make a choice. And then that choice, like this morning for me, was like the direction. Do I hit snooze for another hour and 15 minutes, or do I get up and have a coffee and put some protein in it and head out the door and find the direction of the energy of momentum? Because you could get a lot done by cocooning and thinking and manifesting. That's what winter's for. It really is. Plants, animals, it's hibernation. We are aligned with the rhythm of the sun and with the pattern of nature, the, you know, natural law. And then in the spring, we can be very addictive people. People are very addictive creatures. We are addicted to patterns. Even if they're negative patterns, we're addicted to it. And like you said, we have been coming out of this cocooning stage for 3 years because we were forced. That's another incredible thing about this sort of awakening, or like waking up or propelling in the direction of making choices of moving forward, is we were forced to cocoon. And a lot of people started to realize,
out of alignment. We were forced to be out of a major alignment.
But that was another thing of like the propelling of the energy of being like, wait a second, I have other choices I can make. And there's a lot of people kind of like starting to shift in that direction. And this is what we're doing, is we are helping bring together this bridge between the beautiful movement of Kundalini, the energy of Reiki, and the guided journey meditations, to really open up that subconscious brain that we can feel waking up, but that it was tied down for 3 years because we were forced to come out of alignment. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the beautiful thing that I always love about the lotus, and I know we're going to talk about a lot of different of the meanings and the symbols and so forth, but the thing that always just I love and I keep coming back to is that transcendent. It's in like the worst circumstances. It's not supposed to grow, and it certainly shouldn't be that pretty. And yet here it just unfolds. It unfolds in spite of it. It unfolds, it takes a direction, and it unfolds in spite of its circumstances. And that's what I love. Because in spite of the things that have happened, in spite of the circumstances, it's going to transcend. And I love being able to tap into that and take the direction of transcendence. Take the direction.
Power of the imperfectness that it is, even when it blooms. If you really look at it, the flower itself, it's beautiful, but if you look where it's coming from, but even the leaf detail, but it's just this awkward, large flower that's like not trying to be perfect yet. It's so perfect in so many different ways. And then just the symbolism of like the lotus itself, the more that I read into it, I went down like a downward spiral, or an upward spiral, because it felt like I was like gaining momentum, but it was like I came to alignment after being pushed and shoved completely underground in such a negative, dark space from my many different abusive situations that I was in. And now being here with this energy, I don't know, it's divine timing, also divine timing.
Yes, it is divine timing. And so everybody needs to take the direction to come see us. Everybody needs to take a direction and come see me.
And direct your life towards evolution, towards realignment, towards reprogramming the nervous system, towards really taking control of your mind. Your body can handle 1,000 different, I mean, example today, I didn't want to do any of the exercises that I did, but like it's not your body. Your body can take so much. It's made to take so much. It's when you start to align with your mind, when you tell your mind, shut the F up, get it together. You can do 10 more minutes. And your voice in my head too from Kundalini, when you're like, you can do five more, it's nothing. Or you can do a minute. What's a minute? And then you're doing the exercise and you're like, it's a long time. A minute is so long. But it actually, the same thing with meditation. Yeah. What's 5 minutes? I encourage my clients all the time, what's 5 minutes? But your brain is like, this is so boring. But it's you getting control of your mind. And this is what these exercises are for. This is what Kundalini and the Reiki connection and guided journey and our retreat. Yeah. Our retreat not only nourishes the mind, and it nourishes the body, not only from all the wonderful teachings that we have, but from the food that we're going to have. Yes. From local business. I'm so excited. But that's what it is. It's the mind. It's your mind. Today, I was like, I'm just going to do like 10 seconds worth of planks. And my brain is like, no, you're not. You're going to do the 25 you're supposed to do. And then you're going to take a 5-minute break and you do another 25 and you're going to suck it up. And that's me training my brain to be like, you're not going to die. Right. What's 5 more? Yeah. Yep. And I think it's great because a lot of what happens is kind of, I always say, like, you're Jedi training, right? Like you really are. It's so funny because some of my family thinks what I do is a little out there, let's say, but then they'll watch Star Wars and I'm like, hello. Did you forget the little guy that like sits there and meditates and like trains his mind? I'm like, what do you think I'm doing all day? Like, hello. So anyways, I love that though, because it is mind training. It is getting your mind in some kind of alignment. It doesn't mean that you're always going to be in alignment. It means it's bringing the awareness and it's saying, do I have it in me today? But also being honest. If it's not in there today and 5 more seconds or 5 more whatever truly is not accessible, can you give yourself grace? Can you give yourself patience and grace and say, you know what, today was only 10, but tomorrow is going to be my 25. Well, my most favorite part about it is, and you know, we can go into so much detail about meditation and how when you get to a point of like really relaxing your mind and your thoughts and your thought process. My favorite part is I used to have a really quick trigger warning. Like anything could possibly trigger me because I was spilling over with like so much anxiety. I wasn't in my mind. I spent a lot of time more in my body than anything else. And I still have moments where I break down crying or I have a temper tantrum. And I had somebody at work, this was probably a year ago, they were like, you're very calm and cool and collected. I'm actually really shocked that you like, I don't know. I acted. I didn't react. I acted, but to like sort of defend myself and defend a patient that I was working with. And Lana looked at her and I was like, yeah, man, I'm a human being. Yeah. Like I get upset. I get annoyed. I'm like, most of the time I really don't care. And I can understand people's perspectives because I have connected with my mind. I have meditated. I have disconnected. I have found the power and the energy work that, you know, we do, and going to see a lot of different types of therapists. Yep. The great part about it is that, yeah, I have a temper tantrum. Yeah, I yell at my children after the 7th time that they didn't do something they were supposed to be doing. But the reality is that it's about the time that it takes to come down from being triggered. It's the time that it takes you to in traffic, and if I have somebody coming up, I'm just like, oh my god, rude, and I might get upset, but I might be like, okay, so I did that like 3 weeks ago, or like running a red light And I'm like, oh my God, how selfish. And I was like, okay, so I did that like 6 weeks ago. So it's like that awareness of being like, that guy made a mistake. But I mean, we've all made all kinds of mistakes like that as well. Of feeling triggered and then going through the breathing exercise, the mindfulness exercises, the Kundalini countdowns, the Reiki energy of being able to be like, okay, that was like a 3-second reaction. It's about that. It's about you can react, but being in alignment or feeling off alignment, you pull yourself back in again. It's like the rubber band effect, you know? The tighter the rubber band, the more anxious you are, the more anxious you are, the quicker it'll snap. But you still have a rubber band that is not so tight, so you don't snap, react as quickly, but you can snap back into alignment when you have all these tools. Yeah.
Love that. Snap back into alignment. That's where we're going to do, baby. So, okay, so we have more. We could talk about all these topics and so much more. And so that's why we're going to be back tomorrow, because we have a lot to say.
But tomorrow, it's, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? No,
tomorrow,
Thursday.
We're going to be at 4.
4 o'clock tomorrow.
4.
Yes.
Yep. So we'll be back tomorrow, and then everything kicks off Thursday. So we will all see you all soon. And anything else I missed, Raquel?
No, just basically we're just going through the 7 principles of the lotus, because the lotus 7, usually between 6 to 8 petals, depending on the type. But the purpose of it is 7 is a divine number, and it's the unfolding of the petals. So yesterday we talked about choice, right? Yes, choice, the choices that we make that are sometimes discouraging because of the situation we're in, and the situations should not matter. It's about showing up and finding a way. And then today's topic was direction, the direction of where you're taking these choices. And then tomorrow is order, which I'm really excited about. That's a big one. Because the day right before we start our actual class on Thursday. But yeah, we could be here for days. I mean, you guys don't encourage this. All right, bye. Thank you so much. Sorry.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.